cause I'm getting cheddar. Kids gon' fuck with me because I fuck her better. Yeah, this chain up on my neck, it might just change the weather. Yeah, you can't hang with gang, you gotta earn your feather. Yeah, brand new Gucci vest, I gotta touch your leather. Yeah, penthouse in Miami and we smoking pressure. Yeah, she don't want a man to know I'm blind like Helen Keller. Walk inside the bank, I'm having combos with the teller. Cause when I close my eyes, I'm having combos with the devil. And when we shoot these guns, these bitches sound like heavy metal. Bring tips in this clip and they gon' fry you like a kettle. I've been getting rich, your money small just like a pebble. Yeah, she said that I'm playing games, but bitch, I'm beating levels. Yeah, you right, G-Shot, I just iced out my bezel. Yeah, she in love with me because I treat her like she's special. Yeah, bust a nut and leave it on her face just like a freckle, man. You know what the fuck going on, man. It's dead shot, man. Vamp, man. Get with it or get left, man. Man, fuck you.
All right, listen, it's Degen Fantasy, Sunday, September 14th. We are ready to rock today for all of our, let me fix this a little bit, all of our start, sit, fantasy sports betting questions. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Double Downs, we've traded. I've acquired Wi-Fi and given all my life problems and duties to Double Down Dan, and he is said handling all said duties. Today he is at the park taking pictures of children. That's what he does. But I think the most reliable one on this show happens to be Admiral Brian. So just he's always here, always ready, just like Shadows. Second round of applause. Shadows is always here. But yeah, welcome to the show. We got a Sunday of football. A Saturday of college football that happened yesterday that Bri was able to put in some pretty good picks on. Of course, I parlayed them, so all of them did not hit. But it was a pretty good day. And then the Canelo Alvarez fight last night, if you did not see it on Netflix for free, because usually everyone has Netflix. A lot of stuff happened yesterday. Brian, I don't know what you want to touch on first, how your night went, what you're looking forward to today matchup-wise. We're going to get rolling on TikTok here in about like 5 to 10 minutes, so prepare for an onslaught of fantasy football questions to come in, so I wanted to open it up first with that.
Yeah, college football. You had some crazy games yesterday. Notre Dame game was absolutely crazy. That's probably a reason why Dan is not here, is the fact that Notre Dame is played 2 games, lost both of them. The defense looks freaking terrible.
Yeah.
That Notre Dame defense looks awful. Also had Tennessee, Georgia, which went into overtime. That was a crazy game. South Carolina, Rocky, unfortunately.
Looked terrible.
Sellers got hurt, so.
How bad's the injury?
I don't know. They just seem to give up after he went out. So
yeah, it was a lot. The game that I actually watched the most of was Clemson versus who'd they play?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech is what I watched. Clemson looked really good. I didn't end up watching the end of it, so I didn't see who won. But actually, that was the fourth quarter, late quarter drive by Clemson, getting up field quick. Nick Walker in the chat. What's up, baby?
Georgia Tech won on a last-second field goal.
Wow. Yeah, I ended up leaving work while I was watching it there pretty early. Crazy slate of games. 31-7 against Vanderbilt is insane. Dan is looking like his team in the Super Bowl, not showing up. Gotta love the chat. Inactives today, Giants, Andrew Thomas, Bills, Curtis Samuel. I forgot Curtis Samuel was a person. Teron Johnson for the Bills, Seahawks, Devin Witherspoon, Jair Alexander, Jack Conklin, actives today, Trent Williams, Juwan Johnson's active. That's pretty solid for the Niners, and if you have their money line. Mason Taylor, Giants wide receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson. Anybody know why the Bucs are plus 125 today against Atlanta? Anyone?
Well, the game's in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So they get 3 points immediately.
That's wild and different. I'm expecting that game to be a little bit tighter.
Wait, the Bucs are playing the Texans.
Yes, that's what it is, the Texans.
Yeah. The game's in Houston.
I think the Texans look like shit right now. I don't know why they'd be favored.
Well, whenever so from a betting perspective, the home team always gets 3 points. It's like their home field advantage is 3 points. So on a neutral field, they would be a half a point favorite.
Interesting. I'm changing my camera. I'm not feeling whatever that is. Yeah, I'm kind of all over that Tampa Bay money line. I'm not sure about you guys. Crawford, it was a clinic, and that's something to say when you're watching Alvarez. And Canelo's there. Usually one of those guys that's tough to hit. Crawford is different. Absolutely different. Did you watch any of the fight?
No. 0% of it.
It was pretty good.
You guys want me to not watch college football and watch other things. It's just not happening. I know Lilitz wants me to watch UFC. You guys want me to watch boxing.
You're not obligated.
It's going to happen on
it's a little bit sorry guys, I'm still trying to set up this setup. I'm trying to be more like Bri every day. The soul patch and goatee is coming soon. But for now, like, this is the best I can do. Yeah. I don't know. And it's always all this Netflix exclusive content. And it's a pain in the ass to pay for. Start Baker or Trevor Lawrence this week?
Baker.
Someone just dropped Baker on my waiver wire in my main league. I'm all over it. Only game I'm very interested in is Niners, Saints, Mac Jones, or Spencer Rattler. What do you think Mac's going to do today? I think he's going to have a good day.
I mean, there's going to be no Kittle, no McCaffrey.
There's McCaffrey.
I thought McCaffrey was hobbled.
It says who?
Let's check the line.
Hold on. What the fuck? I'm pulling up Underdog on X to see if there's any news. I have McCaffrey in my starting lineup, so I would hope not. Get the fuck. Ain't got news on McCaffrey? We're going to take a look real quick. Little memento.
Looks like he's going to play.
We can go over all this right now real quick. Share screen. All right, let's take a look at the news right there. So we got Wan'Dale's active per Shadows. These are all the active starts. Jennings active. Jalen Wright, knee inactive week 2. Mason Taylor, Andrew Thomas. Worthy, shoulder out week 2. Looking good to play week 3. I thought he was going to be done for the year. Junkins is expected to get 10 to 15 snaps today. Different. I wish I drafted him. Ravens plan to draft Shedeur Sanders, but prefer to be drafted by a team where he could play sooner. Yeah, McCaffrey's good to go. And he's going to get a ton of volume.
I don't know if he's going to get a ton of volume. He's still nursing some injuries, Rocky.
Did you see the volume he had in week 1?
I understand that, but you're going to run the guy into the ground, and he's not 100%.
That's the Niners' MO, is run Christian McCaffrey into the ground every week you can.
You got Robinson for a reason.
He only had 8 carries in the first game.
I know.
Which I was very surprised by. Speaking of UFC, Diego Lopez and John Silva was crazy. I did not get a chance to see that one. Fuck, I totally forgot about it. For the first time since February, I made a dabble parlay. Eagles, good shit, Shadows. Eagles got to get the dub today at Arrowhead. How you feeling about today, Brad?
I don't think they're going to win, to be honest with you. I think it's a bad spot for Philly.
I've steered clear of their money line on any one of my parlays. Shadows has Wan'Dale over 39.5 receiving, Derrick Henry over 96.5 rushing, CD over 86.5 receiving, Josh Allen over 228.5 passing, McBride over 62.5 receiving, and Marvin Harrison over 53.5 receiving. Kelsey only dislocated. I didn't know Kelsey dislocated his shoulder. Dave Portnoy parlay got Brian Robinson Jr. scoring. Mac Jones is going to rely on CMC a lot for this game. I agree. Bri thinks Chiefs win, and I think Eagles win. I had a trade come across my desk yesterday in our Degen league, and I didn't accept it, and I should have. Frizzle sent me Jamar Chase and Isaiah Pacheco for Travion Henderson, Ashton Genty, and Tyreek Hill.
That I would have objected to that.
He sent it to me.
Yeah, I would have stopped that from happening.
Why?
Because that trade makes no sense.
He sent it to me, and I was like, I tried obviously tweaking it. I should have taken it. This is my parlay for the week. We'll get Bry's picks in a second. Also have Puka over 5 receptions in this. Bills money line, Rams money line, McCaffrey and Kyron 50 plus, Kyler 20 plus. These are all rushing yards. ETN 70 plus rushing yards, and then 60 plus receiving yards for Puka Nacua with 5 receptions. That is 25 to win 426. If y'all want to tail in on that. We're going to open it up to TikTok here in a couple minutes. Y'all got any questions or anything you want to touch on? Brian, we did not go over our money line picks for this week.
We didn't.
What?
We did not.
Let me grab a pen and paper real quick. It's right behind the camera. Chat, you got to help us build this because Dan is fired. We left him a voicemail. He's been informed. He's currently signing up for unemployment. So
I mean, I don't think Dan is now. I think Dan automatically finishes and he goes 0 for 15 this week, right?
I would say so. So we're going to give somebody from the chat a chance to put in their money lines. You know what? I say let's let Shadows put in his money line picks for this week because Dan is not here and he's probably probably been here for just as long as us. So Shadows, build out your money line picks and we'll add you to the list. Stephen Grice says PPR Waddle, Walker, Cup, totally torn.
I don't think you can play Waddle.
I think the safe side is Kenneth Walker. I think he's the only one that has a chance of getting the end zone at any point.
I don't think you can play anyone on Miami at this point, right? I mean, Miami seems like a complete dysfunctional mess. So I would stay away from Waddle. I'd stay away from Tyreek Hill. The entire offense scares me.
Litz has Brees over 78.5 rush receiving. McCarthy less than 212 passing yards. JSN over 68.5 receiving yards. JSN had close to 80% of his target share in Seattle. Unreal. Garrett Wilson over 56.5 receiving yards and Gibbs over 24.5 receiving yards. What do you guys expect out of Detroit today? Playing the Bears. I thought Detroit looked that bad after watching the Thursday night game. I think Green Bay was just that good. So I'm looking for this to be a showing out party for Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, Laporta, Montgomery, J-Mo. Every one of them disappointed in fantasy lineups, parlays. You could have had Jahmyr Gibbs for 50 yards, you would have missed. What are you looking for out of this game, and what do you want to see out of Detroit, Brian?
Just some semblance of offense. I mean, I don't think they're going to have to. I think they're just going to have to play a little bit of defense. I don't think Caleb Williams is great. I don't think anyone thinks Caleb Williams is very good. So I don't think they're going to have to score that many points to win the game, but it would make everyone feel very, very good if they came out and throttled them and put up 35, 40 points.
I agree. Caleb Williams did come out looking good, though, at the start of the week 1 game. Can they keep some sort of a semblance or momentum going from that, or was that such a backbreaker to lose in the fourth quarter to a rookie quarterback that it's kind of going to roll into next week being against Detroit, who is a really good football team, who's going to be coming in kind of pissed after a terrible showing in week 1?
I mean, it's it's a tough spot for Chicago. They had a short week, right? They played on Monday. Now they have to travel to Detroit, who did not play well last week. Your quarterback couldn't hit the broadside of a barn last week in the second half. He looked terrible. And now you have to run into a buzzsaw that's Detroit. I think Detroit will actually blow them out. It's one of my picks for this week.
All right, so shall we get into the money lines?
Let's get into some money lines.
All right, chat, feel free to tail into this. Shadows, I saw your parlay. I need you to pick along with us. Shadows has Cardinals, James Conner anytime touchdown, one of my favorite props of the year. Bengals money line, Ravens money line, Bills money line, Lions money line, and Saints money line. 5 to win 122. That is a solid lay, if I do say so myself. All right, where are we starting?
Let's start Rams Titans.
So let me get Bry, Rocky. I think we're probably going to mostly consensusly agree on this one. I'm going with the Rams.
Yep, I'm with LA.
LA. Shadows, let me know. Just put the whole list of what you think is going to win for today. And just so we can have a three-way consensus of what ones we all agree on, that would be sweeps. So he takes the Rams as well. All right. Chat, feel free to chime in as well. We're going to get this open to fantasy question soon. Next matchup is
Jacksonville, Cincinnati.
Dude, sneaky, weird feeling. I think Jacksonville can win this game. I'm leaning Cincinnati, but this is one of the ones if I was building a lay, I wouldn't put it on. I'm taking Cincinnati, but damn, Jacksonville's starting to get their pieces together.
Cincinnati did not look good week one, and they still squeaked out a win. And they got lucky because Cleveland's kicker can't kick field goals. So I'm going to go Jacksonville here.
Should tail into that. I'm going to take Cincy, though. Okay. So Shadows and I take Cincy. You're taking Jacksonville. Cool. Tailing up with the next matchup as in
Cleveland, Baltimore.
minus 750 for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to stay away from it on slips, but I will take them.
Yeah, I think Baltimore wins this very easily.
I think the Bengals learn from their mistakes against the Browns. I hope so. You'd like to think, because this is not like some shabby matchup they have. And he's going to take Baltimore as well. What's next?
Buffalo, New York Jets.
Taking Buffalo.
With the Bills.
Buffalo. I'm assuming Shadows is going to tail into that as well with Buffalo. Hoping Brees is the day. By the way, guys, we dropped 2 small reel shorts on YouTube. If you want to go like and comment on them, that'd be dope. Next matchup.
Here's one that can spark the debate. The New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are at home.
If Miami loses today, you blow it the fuck up. Am I wrong? If they look like they did last week,
I'm taking the Patriots.
Bry's taking the Pats.
The Dolphins secondary is just so fucking bad. I don't know how they're going to stop people from scoring points.
You're not wrong. I'm going to take Miami for the last time this season. If they lose this week, I will never take Miami again. Hoping DK has a big game. I think he will. Shadows, tails into the Pats. I'm taking Miami. Pats players going to melt like ice creams in down in Florida. I don't trust Tua at all. I do not blame you.
Another controversial one. The Niners and the Saints in New Orleans.
Are the Saints that bad, or are the Niners that banged up?
I think the Niners are banged up.
Are they that banged up to lose to a Saints team, though? Quarterback's a huge piece.
It is. I'll take San Francisco.
I will tail into taking San Francisco.
In a very sloppy, low-scoring game.
I feel like this is a lopsided week for potentials. This is where big upsets are going to hide. And Shadows is sticking with the Saints. I like it, Shadows. All right, next matchup.
Your New York Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington, Texas.
Taking the Cowboys, especially after how they looked against Philly, which wasn't terrible. Not saying they were great like Dan did, but you're obviously a way better football team than mine is. Taking Dallas.
I'll take Dallas.
And Shadows is going Dallas. I think Mac Jones does good, but Saints winning by a field goal.
Then you got Chicago, Detroit.
I'm taking
Detroit.
You're taking Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
Shadows? Detroit needs this bad. You can, I mean, and I think they're going to come out with some purpose.
You can't pull a Notre Dame and lose your first 2 games.
No. Okay, Detroit for Shadows as well.
And then the next game is Seattle-Pittsburgh.
I'm taking Pittsburgh off the hot hand. Seattle did play very well. I can't believe that Seattle just kind of walked into Sam Darnold, luckily, after losing Geno Smith. Like, for a replacement for what they were rolling with Geno for so long, like
it's not terrible.
It's not terrible at all. After the season he had, too.
I mean, I don't trust Sam Darnold beyond the regular season. Do you?
I trust him. I trust him a little bit more than a couple other quarterbacks that I'd rather have him over. Oh, this is the DK revenge game. I forgot.
It is. It's a DK revenge game. Also, keep in mind that Seattle is traveling across 2 time zones to play this game. I like Pittsburgh. In a 1 o'clock game, I think Seattle will come out sleepy.
Okay. So any thought about like the first quarter bets?
I haven't looked at them, to be honest with you. I just know when Seattle travels across 2 time zones and plays a 1 o'clock game, it's not good.
As we do this real quick, I'm going to pull up DraftKings just to have the bro, where can I see the I just want to have the money lines up. Okay, can I just see the fucking odds here? Okay. Let me pop this back up just so everyone could follow along with us. Change the overlay. Un momento, por favor. God, it's so good to have Wi-Fi. Let me tell you, God is good. Let me see. So so minus 170 for them. What's the next matchup?
Next matchup I have is the Broncos in Indianapolis, in the big oil drum, Lucas Oil.
Does the Colts' performance last week give you any kind of worry for this Broncos team after they didn't come out too good?
I mean, they did against Miami. I'm going to take Denver. I see the path for the Colts to win this game. But at this point in time, early in the season, I'll stick with Denver.
I would take Denver as well. Shadows, where you at on this? I feel like you'd like to take the Colts. I'm assuming the next matchup that we didn't hit was Carolina, Arizona. He's taking Denver. If Colts keep their momentum, I think they pull an upset. Denver. If the Colts beat Denver, I'm going to have to really reevaluate this team in my head. Did we do Arizona, Carolina?
That's the next one. Carolina at Arizona.
I'm taking Arizona.
Yeah, I will too. I don't like it. I don't know if they cover.
Frizzle says he ready to lose. Frizzle, I told them about the trade you sent me. I should have accepted it, but Brian said if I did, he would have X'd it out.
Frizzle, don't offer those types of trades though, Rocky. That's crazy.
Dude, I should have accepted it. But also at the same token, I was like, I don't want to make the league not fun. Cardinals for him as well. Yeah, keep Jamar Chase and make something shake. Because if you give me Jamar Chase, the season's over. Philly, Kansas City.
Yep. I'm going to take Kansas City. I think Philadelphia runs in to a bad spot here.
What about I know you won the Super Bowl. It's a rematch of the Super Bowl. And you're going into Kansas City. But offensively, they're very banged up. And you guys are very stout defensively. And Isaiah Pacheco doesn't look like he has any juice. Kareem Hunt's getting some touches, who actually does play well. Other than it being, if this was in Philly, would you take Kansas City?
Probably. I'd probably take Philly if it was in Philly.
I'm taking Philly.
We have a new offensive coordinator. Obviously, jury's still out on him. No Dallas Goedert today. We'll see. But I'm taking Kansas City.
I was just testing you. You passed. Fair enough. Atlanta, Minnesota, the late night window.
Yep. I'll take Minnesota.
I will also take Minnesota. The only way that I see Atlanta winning this game is if Bijan goes for like 160 yards and a touchdown.
I mean, there's something to be said about how Penix stayed in the game last week and was able to move the ball against Tampa. They made that into a pretty good game. So this one's on the road, though. So,
I think Bijan's got it. He's got to take that next step into the talent's there. So now you got to go out and start winning and stealing games with your legs. And this offensive coordinator's just got to let him run. Ride your horses, like Brian always says. Got to make something shake with just like really hammering your best player. I do see. Okay, so Shadows is taking Atlanta. Now I'm kind of split here. Let me ask you a question. If the game started, if Minnesota played Atlanta last week instead of Chicago and they go down big early, do you think they make that comeback in the fourth quarter?
They lose.
I'm taking Atlanta. I'm going to tail Shadows there. And then Tampa Bay, Houston. This is the game that I was touching on for the Monday night slate. They got two here. I don't know why Houston's favored just because they're at home.
I'm going to take Tampa, and then I'll take the Chargers.
I'm going to take Tampa as well. And I will also take LA. Do you think Houston actually has a chance to win this game at all?
No.
I don't think so either. So he will also tail the TBLA. All right, so we just did this. That's every game this week. We just went over the slate for week 2 and the consensus sweeps amongst the panel of myself, number one viewer, Shadows, sideline reporter. We got the Queen sweeps are LA. Wait. Oh, Rams. My bad. Jeez. Rams, Baltimore, Buffalo, Dallas, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Denver, Arizona, Tampa Bay, and the Chargers.
And then my 2 official picks for this week.
Hold on. You know what time it is.
I'm sorry, Rocky. I'm going to pick Dallas -5.5. I think they destroy your team today.
Okay.
So I'm taking that 110 to win 100. And then Detroit -6.5, 55 to win 50.
You said Detroit -6.5?
Mm-hmm.
55 to win 50. I have one lay that I'm kind of really big on right now. I'm going to have to start putting less legs on parlays and shit, but I have one that I really like. It is Jamar Chase anytime touchdown and CD Lamb anytime touchdown with a couple of money lines. I'm going to see based on our consensus picks right here if it correlates to what we just took. So Chase and Lamb anytime touchdowns. Then we have Arizona, Tampa Bay, Buffalo, Dallas, San Francisco, Detroit, and LA.
Arizona, Tampa Bay.
Arizona,
Detroit,
Tampa Bay,
Detroit,
Buffalo,
Dallas.
Detroit,
Buffalo.
Dallas, San Fran, and the Rams.
You're gonna take all those money lines?
I did.
And what's the payout?
It is 10 to win 771. So that's 10 to win 761.
Official?
Official. Lock it in.
Got it.
That is a 9-leg lay. Love those picks. I'd love to hear what I'm starting to forget his name, what Double Down would take today. But we're gonna start going live here on TikTok. Let me get it going. We're gonna keep the swearing to a minimum because we have one strike left on TikTok. But it's been a minute. We haven't done it in a minute, so be ready for a ton of fantasy football questions to come in. If you guys would like to throw in your questions for start sit or any money line parlays, player props, anything like that, anything you guys are looking at, I really do love the Travis Etienne line that I put in. 70 is a little high. I wanted the plus number against Cincinnati. They trade away Tanks Bigsby. The run game is going to be effective, and I'm kind of excited to check that out. I'm starting him in my main league, and I started him over Omarion Hampton. That's how big I am on Travis Etienne this week. On YouTube, Shadow says there are 4 QB matchups today featuring number 1 overall picks versus number 1 overall picks. We have Matthew Stafford versus Cam Ward, Trevor Lawrence versus Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams versus Jared Goff, and Bryce Young versus Kyler Murray. What matchup excites you the most, Brian? By the way, TikTok, we are live on YouTube every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Drop fantasy start sit questions if you need them, any trades, anything sports betting wise. We're here to lock in on all of that. If you guys like the stream, we give away sports cards every time we're live on TikTok. If you like the stream the most, we'll send you a free autographed sports card. I have a Zach Charbonnet autograph card. If you guys would like to enter that, just hammer the like button.
The closest game should be the Jaguars and Bengals, right?
Yeah.
That should be the most fun game.
I think that the Jaguars-Bengals game will be the most entertaining. I'm kind of laying into what you were saying. You took Jacksonville over Cincinnati, and Shadows and I both lean towards Cincinnati. Jacksonville has the legs to be able to make this a game that they can steal. Well, it says I have Chiefs, Falcons, Bucks, Cardinals money line. It's a solid. I wonder what that payout is. Different. Yeah. Live restricted for some audience. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason violates community guidelines.
Well, that's great.
For what?
I guess no TikTok anymore. That's great.
What community guidelines is violated?
I really feel like this is Dan's fault somehow.
Dude, look at that. That's crazy. Contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. What's wrong with my face? Do I make you uncomfortable? Is that what I do? Is it me? All right. That's crazy. That's so stupid. Is it because I said it's gambling? Because I said money lines? Because I read Lalitz's question? Bunch of fucking pants.
Wait, you're up and then it just stopped it?
I was live for like 5 to 10 minutes, yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull up tracks. Just look at the matchups for this week. Dude, I'm kind of upset at Dan. For all the shit he gives me, bro, I'm here as much as I can be. And I usually always make a stream from work, from anywhere. And now I have Wi-Fi. Who's better this week, Pacheco or Harvey?
I think it's Harvey.
What'd you think of Dobbins? You started Dobbins last week. How did he do?
He was okay. Let me pull up his stat line from last week.
I will pull it up for you. Where is Dobbins? So Dobbins last week had 16 rush attempts, 63 yards, 3.9 yards per carry, 1 touchdown, 14.8 fantasy points.
Mm-hmm. Good enough for a flex.
I completely agree. Your team's pretty stacked. Having Kamara and Dobbins, if Dobbins is going to be that lead back, and Pitts. How did Pitts do last week?
Oh,
not bad at all.
Yeah. Good enough for a tight end.
Your team's very solid. And, bro, honestly, I'm glad I talked a lot about – and you have the Keenan, Justin Herbert stack. I'm glad I talked a lot about Keenan, and you were able to scoop him. I wanted him bad. I think I kind of nailed it by talking about Keenan Allen and Deebo Samuel. Not trying to, feed the fruits of what I've been saying, but everyone's like, oh, they're old. Oh, they're old. Oh, they're old. Like, Deebo, not as old as Keenan. Terry McLaurin, every season we see a player hold out based on contract restrictions or them being a fucking baby and wanting more money or this or that. When you come out missing an entire preseason of camp and preseason, you come out slow and flat, and that connection with your quarterback isn't there. Deebo is looking fantastic. Keenan Allen, like I said, is going to get a ton of volume. And last week, what does he have? 7 receptions on 10 targets, which is absolutely huge. And I think if I can look back at what he had last season, he had pretty solid stats for someone that just didn't get the volume, did not get the targets in Chicago. Fantrax is not my favorite for looking at stats. 150 targets in LA in 2024 compared to 121. 108 receptions compared to 70. I'm really loving what you got in Keenan Allen. So yeah, so Brian's team is kind of stacked with the Saquon Achane stack, CD. Let me see what Shadows is looking like this week. Shadows coming off a 1-0 week. Jerome Ford, Swift, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, McBride, DeMario, Quentin. Who's that?
I didn't say anything.
This is the most games between QBs drafted number 1 overall in any week in NFL history. That's crazy. That is crazy. Guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. So Brian and I, we're great. We're great show hosts, but missing Dan is just that conversation meld of I'm starting to realize that his shit talk is something that helps us continue with a lot of good talking points. This is a problem. We've got a problem.
I'm so annoyed with him.
Yeah, not my favorite. Let me see if there's anything else.
I wanted to come on and make fun of Notre Dame.
Is the brunt of the show just shit talking Dan and letting him freak out and then anger us? I think that's kind of what it is.
Good morning, Staffer. Standard League, start Henderson, Chubb, or Tracy on my flex.
So with Tyrone Tracy, I'm a Giants fan, and I saw he was projected to get 14 points this week, and it took everything in my soul not to start him. Not starting him. Not going to start him. Henderson against Miami, probably the best thing you got compared to Nick Chubb against the Rams. Do not start Nick Chubb at all. If you have a chance to start Tracy over Chubb, do that. If it's just one spot left on your roster, make sure it's Travion Henderson. I don't know if you agree, Brad.
What? Man, I don't love any of the options, to be honest with you. At this point in week 2, I think Henderson becomes the guy. He didn't show it in week 1, obviously. So hopefully that's who I would go with. I would go with Henderson on the upside, but God, hopefully you have another option on the bench.
I think Henderson's a good piece to have. I hope Hunter Henry does well because I lost Kittle and I'm very upset about it. If Amon-Ra does good today, what kind of RBs do I have a chance to get if I trade him? Amon-Ra is going to do good today. You definitely want to get multiple. I'd look at Brees Hall, Travion Henderson, Aaron Jones. I'm just naming my bench lineup today. No, I'm just kidding. Who do you think realistically you can get with Amon-Ra that's RB valuable?
Well, it depends if you want to get one or two, right? If you want to get one good one tier 2, almost tier 1 running back, or if you want to get like 2 tier 3 guys.
I'd say if you pair Amon-Ra and Swift to go get 2 RBs and someone to replace or Amon-Ra at wide receiver, you can make something happen. I'd go look at guys like Kyron. Amon-Ra is a good player. Jonathan Taylor, but Dan is Jonathan Taylor. A couple of different ways you can look at it. Go for top value guys, top 2, 3 round type guys, and I think you'll be able to find something that shakes. Also, standard, start Fannin or drop him and pick up Strange. Okonkwo, always forget how the fuck to say his name. Kincaid or Pitts.
So Cleveland plays Baltimore this week. I expect Baltimore to be up in this game, so Cleveland should be throwing the ball.
I'm still not in love with Fannin. I know he had a good week 1, but Njoku is a guy that's been there for a long time that I know that they're kind of, in love with, even though week 1 did not show that at all. I like Kincaid or Pitts because of their offenses, to be honest. I think Strange is too much target competition. I like Kincaid or Pitts.
Probably. Yeah, I probably like Pitts.
Yeah.
And Josie still had six targets last week.
Yeah, and he had 12 points, 15-something fantasy points. I'd kind of leave. If Pitts is out there, I'd just go get him over Fannin. Like, you're just putting, at least Pitts, you know what you're getting. And you don't have to draft him. You can pick him up off waivers. And if he doesn't do good, you can take someone later. So we did this already. Do you want to discuss any of your college football picks? Anything that stood out to you? Because I know you sent it out in the chat. I can tell you which ones hit and missed. Obviously, you know that already, but I think out of the parlay I placed, so I took Georgia money line in that ticket as well. That hit 44-41. Dan actually hit a pretty good ticket. It was 33 to win 140. He took the game to go over 79.5, and he also took Georgia. I think that was the same game.
Yeah, that had to have been live.
Yeah, that was live. You called South Florida versus Miami over. That was 61. You had 54. Appalachian State, I got him at 2.5. I think you had him at 1.5.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely
smothered by Southern Miss. New Mexico State, I got him at +10. I forget what you had him at. Lost 49-10. And then South Carolina, I threw in there too, 31-7.
Yeah, I mean, this was a come back to earth week from a college football perspective. I went 3-4 out of 7 picks. Not great, but still in the positive money, and that's all that matters. So we'll go back to the drawing board, get it back next week. But yeah, 3-4 this week. But massive. I mean, I'm up here. Let me give you my record for the year. 13-7.
Solid
on the year in college football.
That's solid. It's only been, 2-3 weeks?
Yep.
Ryan says, thanks. Thinking the Jags will have to air it out to keep it up with Cincy today. I completely agree with you. We got one on Twitch coming through. Shadow says, imagine I got Hampton, Chase, and Pacheco. Pretty solid. Start 2, Ridley, Judy, and Henderson. Start 2, excuse me.
Jair Alexander is going to be out for Baltimore, so that helps. Judy, I think you have to play Judy.
Okay.
He's the number 1, right?
Yeah, no, he is for sure. Him and Tillman, but Judy's the more talented receiver.
And then it's between Ridley and Henderson.
I really like Ridley. I just don't know how much I like this Tennessee offense, even though Cam Ward did look good against Denver, and they did play well and keep the game close. Against Miami, and who's Tennessee playing today?
Tennessee is playing the
LA Rams?
Yeah, the Rams at home. And they're gonna have to go against that pass rush.
Just which team's gonna be on the field more? Who's gonna have less 3-and-outs? I'd say it's probably New England. But New England's gonna be in Miami too. If it was me personally, I'd start Henderson and Judy. Yeah, I'd go Travion. Mr. Vengeance, by the way, we're live every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday if you want to join up. Can't post comments to some destinations. Referral link. I don't know what any of that is. Shall we call Dan again for the second stream in a row?
Doesn't matter anymore, Rocky.
You know what? We should just cry on stream.
At some point, you know when you have a troubled friend and you try to give them help and they don't want your help, and at some point you just gotta have to let them go.
As in, he's fired. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But you do have Dallas -5.5 and Detroit -6.5. We said that we would build an anytime touchdown parlay. We did this last week. We were each going to pick a leg. I think Shadow, if he wants to, can pick one, and then we can do a Dana's retiring John Cena.
Yeah.
All right, Shadows, or if anybody else wants to, Shadows has been there. All right, so Bry, Rocky, Shadows. Give me one player for anytime tutty.
Anytime touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
Alvin Kamara.
Bry is going to take AK-47. Shadows, one of my favorite picks. He's going to take James Conner. And I am going to take Sam Laporta. Let's see what that pays out to. What do you like about AK today? Just the matchup being a little bit closer than it should be? You think they can get in the red zone?
Yeah, I think they'll push the red zone. I don't think this is going to be a 0-0 game I think it's going to be low scoring because I don't think either of these teams are going to be able to score that many points. But if the Saints are going to score, I think it's going to come from Alvin Kamara.
Do you think Alvin Kamara is a plus number or a minus number?
If I were to guess, it would be like plus 125.
He is minus 115.
Wow. Okay.
So the only plus number on that 3-man ticket would be Sam Laporta plus 190. Kamara's minus 115. James Conner is minus 140. Puka, as in anytime tutty, or just the fact that he's going to have a monstrous day today, an absolute monstrous day. Puka's going to go off against this defense. Mr. Benjamin says, last one, guys, Hawkinson, Jonnu, or Fannin this week? I'm currently running Jonnu because Rodgers looking good. With Jonnu, I don't like that Pat Freiermuth is still involved, though. Is it just me?
I mean, it depends on your matchup, Mr. Vengeance. Like, are you projected to win by a lot, a little? Are you projected to lose? I'm
starting TJ Hawkinson.
That's what I would do for the save points.
And the upside.
Yeah. I mean, I think Hawkinson is your safe pick.
Projection is 50-50. I think if you're talking draft, you probably got TJ Hawkinson maybe somewhere around the 5th round, maybe earlier, maybe a little later. I think you don't panic on Hawkinson after a week 1 with a new quarterback and you slowly let him get acclimated into this offense. I'm starting TJ Hawkinson. You can start Jonnu, but he's in a split tight end backfield. And let me tell you, like I had to deal with last year with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, not something you want to watch and or be a part of, in my personal opinion.
I think Fannon's the play if you're down. If you're losing and you need to make up points, I think you play Fannon.
But he's also in a split. It could be this week, but it could be Njoku week this week. At least you know guaranteed Hawkinson is going to be on the field for 90% of the routes.
It's fair.
I think the floor safety and the smart play is Hawkinson. And if you want to call Fannon upside, I'm not going to shame you for it, but
who's going to get the most targets?
I don't know. I think the guy who's going to be on the field. He should, at least. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I just look at one. I watched the entire game last week, Cleveland versus the Bengals. I looked into Joe Flacco's old tired eyes, and I saw him just locked in on throwing to tight ends. It didn't matter what tight ends they were. He just likes throwing to tight ends.
That is true.
Junkins might play today, by the way.
He is expected to get 10 to 15 snaps, apparently. He is playing today. They said, the coaching staff said he's looking to get 10 to 15 snaps. I don't know if that means carries. I don't know if that means whatever, but he's going to be in the lineup, and I'm expecting him to be kind of good. I don't know about you.
That makes me sad as a Samson owner.
Yeah, but I mean, how long was this Samson thing going to continue for? You know. He might beat him out. Who cares? Quinshaw might come in and look like shit. He's had a lot going on and off the field, and it might kind of kick him in the ass for how that looked. I kind of wanted to look at the fight from last night and react to it, but one, YouTube might kick us off, and two, it's football Sunday, so I'm not going to have anybody that comes in see us reacting to football. Other than that, I mean, basically here for the rest of the show for Q&A. We were supposed to be on TikTok, but TikTok is whack unless I should try to go live again. I don't understand. I'm going to try running it one more time. I'm just not going to speak on any high-end words like money line or props or put the house on. Put the house on Puka Nacua 5+ receptions. Anybody else taking this anytime touchdown parlay with me or what? Pittman or Judy?
Michael Pittman had 80 yards last week with a touchdown and 6 receptions. Against that awful Miami secondary.
I like Pittman's matchup better.
I probably do too. Rocky is finally trusting in his old love.
This fucking piece of shit. I hate him.
Daniel Dimes.
I hate him, dude. I don't like him.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, Daniel Dimes. It's Daniel Dimes. I've seen Daniel Dimes. It hurts me. All right, I'm locking in this this touchdown parlay. Throwing 10 on it. 10 to win 87. That's not an official pick because it was built on stream, but we're in there. Rumors are the Eagles plan to target wide receiver A.J. Brown early on in week 2 against the Chiefs. Yeah, let's tell the Chiefs what we're doing, huh? Let's tell the Chiefs what we're planning on. That means Saquon's going to get every carry. Every carry. They're going to be like, oh, the Eagles are actually planning on giving Saquon the ball every single snap, which honestly, probably not a bad idea.
Like I said, you got to ride your horses, right? So you draft these guys for a reason. You draft them high for a reason. It's too early to give up on your studs. So be patient. We're only in week 2.
And listen, A.J. Brown, he ain't no horse in the field with the plow. That's a stallion. He's on the tracks. So make sure you keep some faith in A.J. Brown. KC game is supposed to be 91 at kickoff. Could the Eagles wear down the Chiefs and Mahomes loses 3 in a row?
I'll be honest with you, I don't think it happens, but I hope it happens, but I don't think it happens, right? As a realistic Eagles fan, I believe that Kansas City will win this game.
Yeah, but I feel like Eagles fans being realistic is like sometimes just not having, I don't know, just not always being like, oh, we'll win. I feel like you guys can win this game pretty easily if it comes to it. May or Penix, if I may, do I pair him with Booty or Allen more at flex? Huh? If May, do I pair him with Booty or do I put Keenan Allen? You put Keenan Allen in at flex. Yeah, I wouldn't chase a pairing of Keyshawn Booty and Drake May. That's like, it's not like a Travis Kelce Mahomes stack of the past 3 years. That's, oh, Dan can be in the fantasy chat, ripping questions. Oh, Dan dropped the shit he likes to. Dan dropped 8 parlays in the chat and wants me to read them. Shall I?
No.
I think I should.
No.
Hold on.
If he doesn't have time to show up, then we don't have time to talk about his parlays.
Dude, he's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-legger. I'm trying to see what he's got. Well, this is different from Dan.
Do you remember last year when we were teaching you the basics of sports betting?
Yeah.
And Dan was like, you need to be patient. You need to pick good games. You need to limit your parlays, blah, blah. And now look at this guy. He's chasing. He's
definitely chasing. Why? He's because he's been down kind of bad with the picks, huh?
It's like, dude, stick to what's gotten you over here over the years.
True. Dan had the time. 91 degrees in KC is tough. Dan had the time to type in the league chat but not pop in stream. Yep. Demetrius Lloyd says, so May a definite over Penix. Thanks for the advice. Did I say that? I'd start Michael Penix.
I think I would start Penix too.
Yeah, I'm starting Penix. I'm saying Penix and Keenan over May and Keyshawn Booty. TS says Murray or Fields. I wanted to go Murray because I drafted him and want to see another week of Fields. I'm also second guessing it. I'm taking Kyler Murray 9 times out of 10. Unless I can go back in time and start Justin Fields versus Pittsburgh. Other than that, I don't think Justin Fields season long is going to be better than Kyler Murray.
Now, also take that with a grain of salt because the man to the left of me has the biggest man crush on Kyler Murray.
Love Kyler Murray. Is Lagway a fraud, Bri?
Florida's a fraud. Florida's a big fraud.
Bri? You give one, I give one.
Let me pull out my phone.
I'm torn. I would put my left nut on Puka to get 5+ receptions today. I don't know if that's an alt. Let me check his reception line to really make sure what his actual total is. I think it's probably 5.5. Other props. Passing, receiving, or memento. Receptions. Puka 7.5 is his line. I don't want to give you an alternate line. That's kind of fucked. I really like Travis Etienne over 50+ yards. I have him for 70, so I have total faith. Let me tell you what his regular line is, too. Because whatever his regular line is, too, I'll probably give it to you. Rushing yards. Etienne's 55.5. I am all over that. I am completely all over it. Travis Etienne over 55.5 rushing yards against the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know. I think Bry's really high on Aaron Rodgers.
Give me AJ Brown over 5.5 receptions.
5.5 receptions?
Mm-hmm. They're going to feed him the ball today.
Let's see that. Just hear this real quick. I'll take some background noise. Okay. Yeah. I might just tail. Might tail that. So you got 5.5 receptions for AJ.
After last week and the drama that surrounded it, and everyone in Philadelphia asking questions, where's AJ Brown? What happened to AJ Brown? Yeah, AJ Brown's going to get fed.
And then I got Travis Etienne over 55.5. And if you want to make this a parlay, you can take. I mean, we all consensusly took Dallas, Detroit, LA. So AJ Brown over 5.5 receptions, Etienne over 55.5 rushing yards, Dallas, Detroit, and LA. By the way, that parlay we did last week
hit.
Well, the one that Dan's picks with Jordan Love on Thursday, the one we did last week hit. The one with that Dan put Jordan Love under on was terrible. Dan is just slow. He's not on these picks right now. Prize Pop's been hitting. I'm taking that AJ line as well.
Let's go, the Lids.
I know Chiefs will be all over Barkley, so they'll make Hurts actually pass more.
I think that's true, Shadows. I think Spagnuolo will load the box and force Jalen Hurts to beat him in the pocket. I think that's a game plan.
All right, I'm taking Etienne over. You said AJ 5.5 receptions.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the first 2 or 3 passes of the game go directly towards AJ Brown. Just to shut people up.
AJ Brown 5+ is minus 180.
5.5 on
6+ is plus 110.
5.5 on ESPN is plus 115.
Plus 115. Fuck it. I like. When's the last time AJ Brown? I'm not even a question actually. All right, I'll take that, and then I got Etienne over 55.5. Then I'm gonna add Dallas, Detroit, and LA because that was all our consensus picks amongst Shadow, Brian, and I. So Detroit, Dallas, and the Rams. So that's plus 1,000 parlay. I will be locking in 10 to win 126 for the profit boost. All right. Did you miss the weekly money line lay? So based on what we all just put together,
was it 4 plays? We hit it last week, Andre. So let's hit it again this week. I like Dallas.
Dallas, yep. We swept that pick.
Yep. I think we all like Detroit.
I'd agree.
So that's 2. Rocky, what else you got?
We all did say we really like Pittsburgh.
That one scares me.
I think Buffalo at minus 260 is more of a slam dunk than anything.
Buffalo should win that game. That's 3. And the Rams 4?
Yeah, I don't think there's a chance the Rams lose this.
So what does that pay? There's 4 games.
Dallas, Detroit, Buffalo, and LA. LA, Detroit, Dallas, Buffalo, they're all the favorites, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 276.
Plus 276. That's pretty close to what we put together last week, too. I think it was like around 250 last week, plus 250.
50 to win 138.
Yep.
Cool.
There you go, Andre. Let's go 2-0 on weekly money lines.
Yeah, a plus number for that's pretty solid. When's the last time we saw AJ Brown get that many targets? So, out of curiosity.
Give me 1 second.
I can also pull it up on check it through Sleeper. Game's gonna start here in 25 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, unless they start earlier. I'm getting out none of the notifications. AJ Brown. So obviously last season was a big spike difference for how his offense went. Week 1 he had 5, and then 6, and then 5, 5, 2, 5, 6, 5, 5, 4, 8, 8, and 3. Andre says, "Hey, Rock, I'm not sure if you knew, but A.J. Brown is the biological father of Trent McDuffie. He left early, though, so yeah, he owns that guy." I like it. I like the swag today. I like the swag that we got on the show today. Let's just make some fucking bread, honestly. We all need it. Veron Videntham. I hope I nailed that. Says, pick 2 flex PPR, Javonte, Judy, Tetero, Keenan Allen. Right, before you answer, what do you think my answer would be?
I think it's going to be Keenan Allen, and I think you're going to pick Judy and Keenan Allen.
Close. I'm taking Keenan Allen and Javonte.
I don't trust Javonte.
Bry does not like the money line as an Eagles fan. I like it, though. So the games we swept on, real quick, for you saying anything, Bry, is LA Rams, Baltimore, Buffalo, Dallas, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Denver, Arizona, Tampa Bay at plus money, and the Chargers. And we did 2 out of 3 to take Atlanta. And I think Bry was a little bit on the fence with the Atlanta-Minnesota game as well. Would you say you're at least on the fence for it?
Yeah, I don't love it, but I'm going to take Minnesota at home.
My gut was leaning Minnesota, but I'm just feeling that Atlanta comes out today and shows that Bijan Robinson might be the best back in football other than Saquon Barkley. Sorry. What's even crazier than Dan not making the stream is him not even showing up late. Crazy. Shame to you. Dan, I know you're watching this now. Shame to you.
It's unbelievable.
I think we got some good picks in, though. And the anytime touchdown parlay, Andre, we did was Alvin Kamara, Sam Laporta, and James Conner.
All right. Well, we got 10 minutes till game time. Everyone set their lineups.
Let me check out, make sure my lineup's straight.
Because that is the greatest sin of all. If you wake up on Sunday morning hungover from a night of partying at the bar, in a panic, realizing that you have someone that's hurt in your lineup, and the game started.
Honestly, bro, why you gotta scare me like that, bro?
I mean, look, it's happened to all of us.
Yeah, you want to hear what I did really quick in that no bench league that Dan fucking made me fucking pay $100 to be in? He nerfed the kicking position, and my kicker was projected to get 3 points, so I dropped my kicker so I can bench Jamison Williams and start Hollywood Brown. What do you think about that?
What, you benched Jamison Williams?
Yeah, versus Chicago to get a Hollywood Brown.
Why would you bench J-Man?
Because I think Hollywood Brown's going to get the volume. But also, he's probably going to draw Quignon, isn't he?
Well, so the Eagles cornerback 2 position is a huge mess. So Quignon only plays one side. He doesn't move around. So if they put Hollywood Brown on cornerback 2, he could have a lot of success. So I don't hate the play.
Well, you think that Kansas City's going to win today, so who would you start, J-Mo or Hollywood?
It's hard to sit Jamison Williams, but
not after last week. But yeah,
I guess Hollywood will get the catches.
I'm going to keep him in and see how it goes. And I also have A.J. Brown in my lineup with Drake London, Amarion Hampton, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, and Evan Ingram and George Pickens. Thinking Pickens has a day today. Thinking he comes out and gets a couple receptions. But I think that's pretty much it for us, guys. We got games starting soon. I hope y'all enjoy some football. We will be live again on Tuesday. And Dan says he's always on time. Dan is over 2 in the last 2 streams. Not even like a, hey, guys, I'm going to be late. Like, no, just MIA.
And did we not say this was the most important part of the year?
Yes. And he was here for every stream when we had nothing going on. Absolutely nothing. Come on, we getting to it over here. Rodgers, Austin the third, good pairing. Got DK also. I think so. Week 1, so I wouldn't be surprised on it, but I picked him up on waivers in most of my leagues. I think he's somebody to be confident in. We will see how it goes. I need one more thing from Bri before we go. Who, what team, what player, who is on the hot seat this week in week 2, other than Dan?
I mean, there's only one coach and team that should be in this conversation. Rocky has a love for a player that's on this team who beats women, who drives really fast, who has baby mamas all over the country. It's the Miami Dolphins. Miami, if you do not show up and at least look competent today, I think McDaniel's is done, right?
Yeah. If they don't put up at least 14 points, he's done. Like, gone.
I think they need to, if they lose, it has to be within a field goal.
At least, at minimum. Against this matchup in New England, a young team, like you have Tua Tagovailoa. You got good players at home. Cannot lose.
No, they have to win. What am I talking about? They have to win. Okay. Miami has to win this game.
All right.
I mean, the locker room's already cooked.
Miami and the Panthers in hot seat as always. Cowboys in hot seat. True. I like Metris.
But the Cowboys are gonna fuck up your team this week, Rocky.
So speaking of, my hot seat is gonna be specifically for me and for my team. Russell Wilson is on the hot seat for me, only because I don't expect him to win this game. But if you do not look like a competent quarterback and give my fantasy first-round draft pick, Malik Neighbors, a couple targets, a young white kid is going to replace you next week. So if you would like to keep playing football, I suggest you throw a touchdown, maybe lose by 7 to 14 points. Because if you don't, you should have just stayed wherever you were last season.
Dude, he's so washed.
Yeah, he is looking pretty washed. Oh my God, really? Oh, what the fuck is that supposed to mean, bro? I also know another Giants fan. It's like we're closeted. He's like, I know one of y'all.
Just remember, in the offseason, when we're talking about who the Giants should sign as their quarterback, I said the Giants should go after. Who did I say, Rocky?
You said they should go out there and get Aaron Rodgers.
And you said, absolutely not. I want nothing to do with that guy. Blah, 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 blah. Now, granted, Aaron Rodgers would get fucking destroyed behind that offensive line.
Sure.
But point still stands that Russell Wilson is extremely washed.
Yeah, how do you think Russell would do in Pittsburgh right now?
I mean, we saw what Russell did last year in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he looked pretty decent.
Looked pretty decent. He looked
pretty decent. I almost forgot he was in Pittsburgh last year. I told him it's not too late to switch teams. Shadows, I need all the support I can get, so try not to turn any other fellow Giants fans away from us because when Arch Manning's playing quarterback next year and we trade Jackson Dart to Philadelphia, or we just let him sign in Philadelphia along with Cam Scatterbo, things are going to start looking up. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, the last person on the hot seat, say it with me now. It starts with a D and another D and then ends with a D. It is Double Down Dan, and he is on the hot seat for the rest of the NFL season. I did not see the hype with Arch Manning. It's basically his last name. That's where
Arch looked awful yesterday.
Yeah, he looked terrible. He did get it. Didn't he get 2 rushing touchdowns?
I don't know, but he looked awful yesterday.
Nope. So the Giants' future, current, everything, it's just fucked. I get it. I understand. He responded with "fuck you, Shadows." He also wants Dart on the field. I do want Dart on the field. Get Jackson Dart in the game. The next Josh Allen.
Oh God, stop it!
I'm
Just
kidding.
end the stream now.
End the stream now. All right.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever
I'm
heard.
just kidding. I'm putting Penix in over May. Hope you guys don't steer me wrong.
All right,
Trust
we got
me,
you.
Atlanta's winning today. Penix is going to have a game. Live every Tuesday, Friday, and fucking Sunday. Sorry, there we go. Love y'all. We'll catch y'all on Tuesday. If Dan is not here Tuesday, we're gonna start charging him like fees.
No, he should pay for your Wi-Fi.
He should, and he should also help pay for StreamYard, which I play for. So
he should just fund the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, I agree. So if Dan does not lock in, we will be charging him for my Wi-Fi. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Catch y'all later, and love y'all. Enjoy your weeks. Hopefully you win in fantasy, unless you're Frizzle and you're playing me. Peace.
Yeah, the money calling, bitch, I'm up. Yeah, the money calling, hit me up. Yeah, the money calling, bitch, I'm up. Yeah, the money calling, hit me up. Ayy, Saba with the truck. Ayy, bitch, I'm money thumbing, eating pasta with the bug. I'ma call up Josh Todd, get the grip and let it bust. If you fucking with the gang, give your hair, it's the sun. Meal rockin' silver, spread your bitches like some mail. Make a film with your bitch, you at home watching cable.